According to the United Nations, Sudan is facing the largest humanitarian crisis in the world. Today, thousands have been killed, millions have lost their homes, and scenes emerging from the country are so horrific. They are hard to believe. On October 27, 2025, Yale University's humanitarian research lab analyzed satellite images from el-fasher, a city in Sudan. What they found was disturbing, large mounds of bodies surrounded by blood, so much that entire areas appeared red from space. The report suggested that homes were being systematically searched and people were being killed as part of an ethnic cleansing campaign targeting non-Arab tribes. So what is really, and the Red Sea to the east, a crucial global trade route? About 95% of Sudan's population is Sunni Muslim, but the country is deeply divided by ethnicity. Around 70% are Arab Muslims, while the remaining 30% belong to African tribes such as the Fur, Zaghawa, Masalit, and Nuba. Despite being rich in resources, especially gold, Sudan is extremely poor. It is Africa's third largest gold producer, yet 90% of its gold is smuggled illegally, funding armed groups instead of the state. Since independence in 1956, Sudan has mostly been ruled by military dictators. The most powerful was Omar al-Bashir, who seized power in 1989 and ruled for 30 years. His regime was marked by corruption, civil war, and economic collapse. In 2011, South Sudan broke away, further weakening the country. By 2019, public anger exploded. Mass protests forced Bashir out, but hope for democracy was short-lived. Two generals stepped in: Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, head of the army, and Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, leader of a powerful paramilitary force called the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. They promised elections. Instead, they took control. In October 2021, Burhan dissolved the civilian government and declared a state of emergency. Dagalo remained his deputy. Soon, the two turned on each other. The army wanted to absorb the RSF. Dagalo refused because it would cost him power, money, and control over gold mines. On April 15, 2023, Sudan descended into civil war. At first, the army had the advantage, but the RSF quickly grew stronger and seized Khartoum, the capital. In March 2025, the army retook the city, but just months later, the RSF captured large areas in western Sudan, including Darfur. Today, Sudan is effectively split in two, and another partition may be coming. The real victims are civilians. More than 150,000 people have died. Over 10 million have been displaced. Hospitals, schools, and farms have been destroyed. In some regions, people are dying not from bullets, but from hunger and disease. Sudan is now at risk of becoming the worst famine zone on earth. The conflict has also revived an old horror: ethnic genocide in Darfur. Back in 2003, Bashir armed Arab militias called the Janjaweed, who massacred non-Arab tribes. Over 300,000 people were killed. Those militias were later rebranded as the RSF, and Dagalo was their commander. Today, the same violence has returned. Satellite images, mass graves, and eyewitness reports confirm that entire communities are being erased in cities like El Geneina and el-fasher. This is not a religious war. It is ethnic hatred, fueled by power and greed. Foreign powers have made the crisis worse. Sudan's location, gold, and Red Sea access attract global players. According to human rights groups, Russia, China, Turkey, Iran, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE have all been linked to arms supplies. The UAE is accused of backing the RSF in exchange for gold. Iran and Egypt support the army. These proxy interests are prolonging the war. So, what happens next? Peace talks have failed. Repeatedly, a proposed humanitarian ceasefire has been accepted by the RSF, but rejected by the army. Meanwhile, 30 million Sudanese people, more than half the population, need urgent aid, yet global funding remains dangerously low. Sudan has become the forgotten war, a country destroyed not by lack of resources, but by the greed of a few powerful men. If the world continues to look away, another genocide will be written into history. And this time, we will not be able to say we didn't know. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.